Welcome to Mysterious Places and Events, episode 9. And today we're going to talk about a shark attack. So stay with us, we'll be right back. Several years ago, I was in Hawaii. I used to go to Hawaii all the time. I had a timeshare vacation home there. I was there like 60 or 70 times. But one time I had this really interesting event. How you doing? You're going fishing. He's going fishing. Oh, very good. Take care. Have a good one. So getting back to Hawaii. If you go to Oahu, you go past the airport and there's a section that has a dead end towards the end of the island, and it's called Yokohama Bay. Yokohama sounds Japanese, right? Japanese. But actually, it's just before the North Shore. If it connected, it'd be the North Shore of Hawaii. But there's a mountain range and it stops. So I stopped the car and I was looking around, and it's a very beautiful like bay. It's called Yokohama. I was there just checking it out, and these local guys came in a car. They all, like 2 or 3 guys came, and they were really cool guys. And I said, hey, what are you guys doing? And they said, we're going fishing in the ocean. And I said, really? How? And he said, they pulled out these big spears and they said, we're going spear fishing. We're gonna go get octopus and stuff. And I said, really? I said, that sounds like fun. I said, can I go? And they said, sure, we have an extra spear, so come along. So I went spear fishing with these local guys, thinking that we were just gonna go in this little bay area, but I was wrong. So we take off from Yokohama Bay. I didn't realize it, but there's a lot of sharks in that area. The North Shore of Hawaii is just infested with sharks. I mean, it's like the heaven of sharks in Hawaii. And I didn't really realize that Yokohama Bay was next to the North Shore until later. I looked on the map and I said, oh my gosh, it's like right with all the sharks there. I didn't realize that at the time. I just thought it was a peaceful little area. So we just went swimming out to Yokohama Bay, and we were in the bay. I'm thinking, oh, this is nice. Where are we gonna stop? And they didn't stop. They kept going. And then I was like, okay, like how much further are we gonna go? So we're swimming and we're swimming. For like 45 minutes to almost an hour or whatever, we were swimming. We were going in the middle of the ocean, deep. And I'm like looking back at the shore at my car, and I'm like, very, very deep. I've never just free swam that far out in the ocean. It was just like really weird. I was just like in the middle of the ocean with no floating devices, and I had this spear, and we're supposed to go spear hunting for the octopus. So we were there, and I said to the guys, okay, what do we do now? And they said, you'll have to go down to the bottom of the ocean, lift the rocks, and then spear the octopus. And I said, oh, I never did that before. So I went down to the bottom of the ocean. It was like about 10, 15 meters, maybe 15, 20 meters. And I got to the bottom of the ocean and I was out of breath. And I'm like, oh God, I gotta get up. So I touched the rock and then I went up. I could not like be fiddling around down there because I was out of breath. So I did that a couple times and I said, I can't do this, and I'm just not local enough to. After about an hour of being in the middle of the ocean, I got kind of tired and I was just like, I want to go back to shore. These local guys caught tons and tons of octopus, and they were just like, they filled these baskets full of like the octopus, but I didn't catch any. I was like useless out there because I didn't know how to get down and like hang out on the bottom of the ocean without a scuba dive tank. I could do that with a scuba dive tank, but without a scuba dive tank, I was like helpless. I told the guys like, hey, I need to go in. I'm tired out here. Can I go in? And they said, sure, you're not doing any good out here for us. So I started my journey back in, and I was swimming alone by myself, and I carried the big stick, you know, the big rod thing that was protecting me. And I'm swimming in, and then all of a sudden I had this like feeling something was like looking at me or swimming. So I went ahead and I stopped and I turned around. And I looked into the ocean. I had my mask on, and I saw these big like sharks. They were like 5-meter sharks. They were swimming. Like darting around kind of behind me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, these are sharks. And then I just kind of like start swimming like a few extra times, you know, a few strokes, and then I turn around. And I'd look and I'd see the sharks again. There was like 5 or 6 or 8 of them, and they were big, and they were like close to me. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And I'm kind of panicking. Like, I'm alone now. I was thinking I should have stayed with those guys. I would have been more safe. But I was by myself, and it, like I say, it was about a half-hour swim back to the shore. So we were deep into the ocean. I just kept swimming and looking around, and I just decided that, you know, I would just go for it. And I just swam as hard as I could, like back into the shore. And I swam, and then there was no sharks. And I'm like, oh, I'm thinking, oh God. I went ahead and gave the guy the stick back for at the car. And then I left and I went home. I was thinking, oh, I think that I was lucky to get out of that ocean. The next day I was in my condo, and I bought a daily newspaper, and I'm reading it, and on the front page it says shark attack at Yokohama Bay. And I said, wait a minute, I was at Yokohama Bay just yesterday, and I was reading this article, and it said a group of great white sharks attacked local guys at Yokohama Bay yesterday afternoon. And I'm like, I was there yesterday afternoon. And I guess the sharks were attacking these guys' octopus. They had all this octopus, and the sharks came in and they started attacking and fighting these guys for the food. And I don't know exactly what happened to the guys, but they got attacked. And I heard about it from the newspaper the next day. And Yokohama Bay is very small if you've never been there. And I'm thinking we were the only ones out there. There was like nobody. And wow, we got attacked. That was sharks that were behind me. I was thinking maybe I was hallucinating, but it wasn't a hallucination. That was great white sharks, and schools of them, and they attacked the guys, the group of guys. I don't know what happened, like I said, but it was scary. And I thought, my gosh, it's a good thing I left early. I was smart. And these guys were fighting sharks with their spears to keep them away. The sharks won at the octopus, and they won at the octopus. And it was a struggle for the octopus. That's it. Episode 9 of Mysterious Places and Events. The shark attack. The near encounters with the shark. It's a good thing I left early. It's a very good thing I left early. So in life, you never know when you're going to get lucky. And I was lucky. So until next time, like, subscribe, and ring that bell.